Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TCFL Central for a special presentation of the 2025 College Football Playoff. This is episode 2C, like in Charlie. We'll have Texas A&M versus Ohio State at the Cotton Bowl. As you see there, our top bracket is finished. Oregon will play Indiana in the semifinals, Big Ten matchup, and Ohio State will be playing Texas A&M in the lower bracket along with Mississippi and Georgia. So let's go ahead and get the A&M game against the Buckeyes started. And we have to move this to the Cotton Bowl. And it appears to run both offenses and defense, but we'll play regular mode, so we'll have the video to watch. Oh, that's all set up. That would be interesting to go back and play that A&M Miami game with 40 plus mile an hour winds and see if that would have changed the scoring. As you see up here, the scoring is way higher than in real life, but real life has those 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. So, without further ado, let's head over to the Cotton Bowl and get this game started. That's the lineups. Okay, here's the starting lineup for A&M and the Buckeyes. Marcel Reed will be quarterback in A&M, and for Ohio State will be Julian Sale. Let's take a quick look here, and I don't know, there were some people online that thought that A&M's defense was any good, and then we look here to see how Action PC rated the defense. And there's just one player that's very good, and then we have 119, and it drops off dramatically everywhere else. Well, you check Ohio State's defense, and they got 10, 5, 10, a 9, and an 8, and the rest are 7s. So, So it will be interesting to see how Ohio State's offense stacks up against A&M's defense. The Ohio State offense, as you know, has been pretty sporadic in the regular season. Let's go ahead and head over to the Cotton Bowl playing field and get started. But coin toss, there you have it. Looks like I don't know if we're doing the color schemes right. Looks like Ohio State's going to kick off. So let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Cotton Bowl. Texas A+M and Ohio ST. For this Action PC playoff game. Here's the kick from fielding.
Yep, it looks like A&M has the ball. First look at this
The kick
guy.
from fielding is returned 51 yards by Bussey, the lane with the tackle. First and 10 at the 38.
Well, we'll
Shotgun.
let the play-by-play announcer take over. We'll catch you after the game.
Reed throws
Enjoy.
incomplete to Concepcion, Igbenosin on the coverage. Reed completes the pass to Craver, gain of 18, Matthews with the tackle, first down. Reed at the line. Concepcion on the carry, gain of 16, Pierce on the tackle, first down. Reed on the carry, touchdown Texas A+M. The kick by Bond is good, Texas A+M 7, oh, here's the kick from Bond. The kick from Bond is returned 38 yards by Styles, Kerr on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Sayin to Tate, 16-yard gain, Ricks with the tackle, first down. Sayin with the pass to Kekmarek, gain of 6, Brooks with the tackle. Sayin calls out the signals. Jackson gains 1 on the sweep, Howell on the tackle. 3rd and 3. Yard run by Sayin, Howell on the tackle, first down. Jackson on the carry, gain of 5, Hayes on the tackle. Sayin to Tate, touchdown Ohio St. Fielding converts the extra point, Texas A+M 7, Fielding to kick off. The kick from Fielding is returned 24 yards by Bussey, Pettijohn on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Owens 2 with a gain of 4 on the play, Jackson on the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 37. Reed completes the pass to Owens 2, 6-yard gain, Styles on the tackle. 3rd and inches from the 43. Reed on the bootleg, no gain, Styles on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10. Reed passes to Owens 2, incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Reed throws incomplete to Concepcion, Igbinosun on the coverage. 3rd and 10. Reed is sacked by Jackson, loss of 7. White deep in punt formation. "53-yard punt by White, return of 0 by Innes, fumble recovered by Reese, Ohio St. 1st and 10 from the 11. Sayin in the shotgun. Smith is doubled at the line. Doubling Tate at the line. "14-yard run by Jackson, Ratcliffe on the stop, first down. 1st and 10 from the 25. Jackson with a 3-yard run, Regis on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Sayin completes the pass to Jackson, gain of 8, Sanford on the tackle, first down, 1st and 10 from the 36. "12-yard gain by Jackson, Ratcliffe on the tackle,
Offsides,
first down.
defense. 5-yard penalty.
Smith with the carry, gain of 5, fumble recovered by Brooks, Texas A plus M ball. Reed in the shotgun. Reed to Bethel Roman, gain of 39, downs on the tackle, first down. Reed on the bootleg, 3-yard gain, McLean on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Reed on the carry, touchdown Texas A plus M. The kick by Bond is good, Texas A plus M 14, oh, Bond boots it. The kick from Bond is returned 46 yards by Styles, McHale on the tackle.
10-yard penalty.
Sayin from the shotgun. Four-yard gain by Jackson, Regis with the tackle. Ohio St breaks the huddle. Innes on the reverse, gain of 5, York on the tackle. 3rd and 1 from the 36. Sayin passes to Smith, gain of 31, Ratcliffe on the tackle, first down. Jackson on the carry, gain of 9, York with the tackle. 2nd and 1 from the 24. Five-yard run by Jackson, Regis on the tackle, first down. Jackson with the carry, 12-yard gain, Chappelle on the tackle, first down, end of, 1st and goal from the 7. Sayin with the pass to Donaldson, touchdown Ohio St. Fielding converts the extra point, Texas A plus M 14, Ohio St 14. The kick from Fielding is downed by Bussey. Reed in the shotgun. Reed to Mellon Arstrom, gain of 4, downs with the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 29. Ohio St showing blitz. Reed with the carry, gain of 13, downs on the tackle, first down. Reed calling an audible. Owens 2 on the carry, gain of 4, McDonald on the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 46. Reed on the bootleg, gain of 8, Curry on the stop, first down. Reed to Craver, incomplete, Matthews on the coverage. Reed completes the pass to Concepcion, gain of 28, downs on the tackle, first down. Owens 2 on the carry, gain of 1, Jackson with the tackle. Reed completes the pass to Mellon Arstrom, gain of 3, downs on the tackle. 3rd and 6 from the 14. Reed to Owens 2, incomplete, Styles on the coverage, 32-yard attempt for Bond. This will give them the lead. Bond connects from 32 yards, Texas A plus M 17, here's the kick from Bond. The kick from Bond is returned 10 yards by Innes, McHale on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Sayin to Donaldson, gain of 11, Ratcliffe on the stop, first down. Ohio State trailing by 3. Sayin to Smith, gain of 25, Lee with the tackle, first down.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
First and 15. Donaldson on the carry, gain of 5, Regis with the tackle. Jackson on the carry, no gain, Howell on the tackle. 3rd and 10 at the 32. Jackson split out wide. Sayin completes the pass to Jackson, gain of 13, York on the tackle, first down, Ohio State down by 3. Sayin completes the pass to Jackson, gain of 6, Sanford on the tackle. 2nd and 4. Sayin calling signals. Jackson with the carry, gain of 4, Evans on the tackle, first down. Jackson with a gain of 5 on the play, Brooks on the tackle. Ohio State trailing by 3. Smith is doubled at the line. Tate faces a double at the line. Jackson on the carry, no gain, Hicks on the tackle. 3rd and goal from the 4. Current drive, 9 plays, 64 yards. They've used 5:47 on the clock. Sayin throws incomplete to Jackson, Sanford with the coverage, 22-yard try for Fielding. Good snap. Fielding made the 22-yard field goal, Ohio State set. Here's the kick from Fielding. The kick from Fielding is returned 23 yards by Bussey, fumble recovered by Styles, Ohio State, shotgun. Sayin is intercepted by Sanford, return of 0. Tie score. Craver on the reverse, gain of 10, McDonald with the tackle. 2nd and inches from the 17. Reed from the shotgun. Owens 2 on the carry, loss of 2, McDonald on the tackle. 3rd and 2. Reed to Craver, 6-yard gain, Matthews on the tackle, first down. Hurry up. Reed completes the pass to Craver, gain of 10, Matthews on the tackle, first down. Tie score. Reed to Concepcion, gain of 10, Igbinosun on the tackle, first down. Texas A+M in a hurry up. Reed passes to Concepcion, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Reed completes the pass to Craver, gain of 12, Matthews on the tackle, first down, tie score. Reed throws incomplete to Craver, Matthews with the coverage. Reed completes the pass to Owens 2, 9-yard gain, Styles on the tackle. 3rd and 1 at the 38. Current drive, 9 plays, 55 yards. They've used 2:29 on the clock. Reed on the carry, gain of 5, Grady on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10. Hurry up offense. 10 play 60-yard drive. 2:46 off the clock. Owens 2 on the carry, gain of 5, Reese on the tackle. 2nd and 5 from the 28. Hurry up offense. Reed gains 8 on the sweep, Grady on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10. 12 play 73-yard drive. 3:13 off the clock. Reed the ball carrier, no gain, Mensah on the tackle. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Reed passes to Craver, 6-yard gain, Matthews on the tackle. 3rd and 4 at the 14. Reed to Bethel Roman, 5-yard gain, Styles on the tackle, 1st down. Tie score. Reed passes to Concepcion, incomplete, Igbinosun on the coverage. 2nd and goal. 0:39 in the 2nd. Reed passes to Craver, incomplete, Matthews on the coverage. Tie score. 3rd and goal from the 9. 0:31 in the 2nd. Current drive, 17 plays, 84 yards. 3:48 off the clock. Reed passes to Moss, gain of 4, Styles on the tackle. 23-yard attempt for Bond. This will give them the lead. The snap from Graham. Bond connects from 23 yards, Texas A plus M20, here's the kick from Bond. The kick from Bond is returned 37 yards by Innes, Kerr on the tackle. Sayin in the shotgun. Sayin passes to Jackson, incomplete, Sanford with the coverage. 2nd and 10. Sayin throws incomplete to Tate, Chappelle on the coverage, end of the kick from Bond. The kick from Bond is returned 19 yards by Styles, Kerr on the tackle. Tate on the reverse, no gain, Regis on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Sayin in the shotgun. Sayin calling an audible. Sayin completes the pass to Donaldson, gain of 3, York on the stop. 3rd and 7 at the 36. Sayin to Claire, 15-yard gain, Brooks on the tackle, 1st down. Sayin passes to Smith, 13-yard gain, Lee on the tackle, 1st down. Timeout, Ohio St. Sayin with the pass to Tate, gain of 17, Ricks with the tackle, first down. Jackson with a 7-yard run, Ratcliffe on the tackle. 2nd and 3. Ratcliffe in the box. Jackson with the carry, gain of 4, fumble recovered by Claire, Ohio State maint. Smith is doubled at the line. Doubling Tate at the line. Sayin throws incomplete to Smith, Lee on the coverage.
Offense. 10-yard penalty.
1st and goal. Sayin calls out the signals. Sayin completes the pass to Smith, 7-yard gain, Lee on the tackle. Jackson with the carry, gain of 10, Lee on the tackle. Ohio State trailing by 3. 3rd and goal at the 1. Sayin calls out the signals. Jackson the ball carrier, touchdown Ohio State. Fielding makes the extra point, Ohio State 24, here's the kick from Fielding. Texas A+M trailing by 4. Shotgun formation. Owens 2 with the carry, 16-yard gain, Igbinosun on the stop, first down. Reed passes to Borkircher, incomplete, McLean with the coverage. Reed with the carry, gain of 2, Reese on the tackle. 3rd and 8 from the 43. Reed to Craver, gain of 10, Matthews on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10. Reed barks out the signals. Owens 2 with a 2-yard run, McDonald on the stop. Reed to Concepcion, incomplete, Igbinosun with the coverage.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down.
3rd and 13 from the 50. Owens 2 split out wide. Reed completes the pass to Bethel Roman, gain of 14, Reese on the tackle, first down. Reed calling signals. Reed on the sweep, 1-yard gain, Reese on the tackle. Reed throws incomplete to Concepcion, Igbinosun on the coverage. 3rd and 9 from the 35. Current drive, 9 plays, 40 yards. They've used 4:17 on the clock. Reed throws incomplete to Concepcion. White back to punt. "35-yard punt by White, touchback. Shotgun. Saying calls the signals. Donaldson with a gain of 9 on the play, York on the stop. Ohio State leads by 4. Sayin to Claire, gain of 13, Brooks on the tackle, first down. Ohio State by 4. 1st and 10 from the 42. Donaldson the ball carrier, 6-yard gain,
Holding.
York on the stop.
10-yard penalty.
Sayin completes the pass to Tate, gain of 7, Ricks on the tackle. Ohio St up 4. Sayin changing the play. Sayin completes the pass to Donaldson, no gain, Sanford on the tackle. 3rd and 13 from the 39. Sayin calling an audible. Sayin passes to Innes, gain of 10, Ricks on the tackle. McGuire deep in punt formation. Concepcion standing inside his own 10. "40-yard punt by McGuire, 11-yard return by Concepcion. Shotgun formation. Owens 2 on the carry, gain of 3, McLean on the tackle. Owens 2 on the carry, gain of 9, McLean on the tackle, first down. End of the third quarter, Ohio St 24, Texas A plus M 20. 1st and 10. Owens to the ball carrier, loss of 1, Smith with the tackle. 2nd and 11 from the 33. Reed on the carry, gain of 3, Styles on the
face
stop.
mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
1st and 10. Reed lost 2 on the play, Grady on the tackle. 2nd and 12. Owens 2 lost 4 on the play, Reese on the tackle. 3rd and 16 at the 45. Reed completes the pass to Moss, loss of 2, Styles on the tackle. White from punt formation. "54-yard punt by White, 11-yard return by Innes. Sayin in the shotgun. Sayin changing the play. Sayin passes to Claire, gain of 11, Ratcliffe on the stop, first down. 1st and 10 from the 25. Peoples lost 4 on the play, Regis on the tackle. Sayin barks out the signals. Sayin throws incomplete to Innes, Ricks on the coverage. Ohio St by 4. 3rd and 14 at the 21. Sayin calls the signals. Sayin passes to Innes, incomplete, Ricks on the coverage. McGuire back in punt formation. "45-yard punt by McGuire, returned for a touchdown by Concepcion. Bond converts the extra point, Texas A plus. Here's the kick from Bond. The kick from Bond is returned 11 yards by Styles, McHale on the tackle. Shotgun. Sayin to Jackson, incomplete, Sanford on the coverage. 2nd and 10 at the 13. Sayin to Tate, gain of 11, Chappelle on the tackle, first down. Sayin calls out the signals. West the ball carrier, 2-yard gain, Evans on the tackle. Sayin to Porter, 21-yard gain, Brooks on the tackle, first down. Sayin throws incomplete to Smith. 2-yard run by Peoples, Hicks on the tackle. 3rd and 8 from the 49. Jackson on the carry, 9-yard gain, Sanford on the tackle, first down. Ohio State down 3. Five-yard gain by Jackson, Hicks on the tackle. 2nd and 5. Jackson with a gain of 2 on the play, Brooks on the tackle. 3rd and 3 at the 35. Sayin making changes at the line. Sayin completes the pass to Smith, gain of 10, Lee on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10. 10 play 62-yard drive. 5:02 off the clock. Jackson on the carry, 13-yard gain, Brooks on the stop, first down. Donaldson with a 4-yard run, Hicks on the stop. 2nd and 6. Ohio State hustling to the line. Sayin calling signals. Donaldson with a gain of 7 on the play, Ricks on the tackle, first down. Ohio State in a hurry up. Current drive, 13 plays, 86 yards. They've used 6:26 on the clock. Donaldson lost 1 on the play, Hayes on the tackle.
Holding, offense. 10-yard penalty.
Ohio State breaks the huddle. 1st and goal. Sayin barks out the signals. Jackson on the carry, touchdown Ohio State. Fielding converts the extra point, Ohio State 31, the kick from Fielding. The kick from Fielding is returned 18 yards by Bussey, Pettijohn on the tackle. 1st and 10. Shotgun. Reed calls out the signals. Reed completes the pass to Bethel Roman, 1-yard gain, Styles on the tackle. Reed throws incomplete to Craver, Matthews on the coverage. Texas A+M needs a big play here. Texas A+M trailing by 4. 3rd and 9 from the 20. Reed passes to Bethel Roman, 4-yard gain, fumble recovered by Bicentis, 4th and 5 from the 24. From the hurry up. Reed on the carry, 29-yard gain, Styles on the tackle, first down, Texas A+M in a hurry up. Reed completes the pass to Owens 2, loss of 2, Styles on the tackle. 2nd and 12 at the 49. 2:28 to go in the fourth. Reed at the line. Reed is intercepted by Matthews, return of 20. Ohio State by 4. 1st and 10 from the 40. Shotgun formation. Four-yard gain by Jackson, Brooks on the tackle. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6 at the 36. Sayin completes the pass to Jackson, gain of 3, Sanford on the tackle. 3rd and 3. Three-yard run by Jackson, Hayes with the tackle, first down. Ohio State leads by 4. Sayin passes to Smith, gain of 3, Lee on the tackle. 2nd and 7 from the 27. Sayin slow to the line. Seven-yard gain by Donaldson, Searcy with the tackle. Ohio State ahead by 4. 3rd and less than a foot. 1:02 left in the game. Jackson the ball carrier, gain of 1, Searcy on the tackle, first down. Ohio State ahead by 4. Slow down offense. Donaldson with a gain of 1 on the play, Aniedim on the tackle. Ohio State 31, Texas A plus M 27.
Well, there you have it from the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State moves on in a thriller against Texas A&M 31-27. I think that's the most points Ohio State's given up all season. Take a quick look here, and at the end of the half, we have A&M up 20-17. Second half, they've only managed 7 points, but Ohio State put up 2 touchdowns, 14. Wow, look, there's a punt return for a touchdown by Texas A&M. They also had a really good kickoff return to start the game too. Up there you have the drive summaries. Let's take a look at total offenses. And we have A&M with 326. That seems to me about average one. Ohio State went over 400, nearly 500 yards for the game, 478. And Ohio State had 30 first downs to 22. They definitely had a hard time stopping A&M. The rushing side, both teams went well over 100 yards. In fact, Ohio State nearly hit 200. That's very unusual, but if you remember, A&M defense line was not that strong. Looking again in the passing, saying at 287 for Ohio State, A&M 185. Ohio State didn't get sacked. Again, Texas A&M is not quite the defensive team that Indiana University is. Ohio State had 3 fumbles, though. 6 penalties, A&M's 1. Probably kept the game close. Both teams had 2 turnovers, which was a little high for Ohio State. I'm not sure about A&M. They both had long passes of 25 or more. Looking at the run, both teams had 6 runs for 110 plus yards. Now there's a lot of yards there, but total yardage seems to be reasonable for the Ohio State defense. Okay, take a look at the player stat. Reed did not have a great day. No touchdown passing, one interception. Rating pretty bad at 59. Sane came through. He did throw an interception, but had 187 yards, 2 touchdowns, rating 109. Rushing wise, Reed, the quarterback for A&M, rushed for 78 yards, had a 29-yarder, and scored 2 touchdowns. On the Ohio State side, look, Jackson, 144. He averaged 5.8, 11 first downs. His longest was only 14, but he also scored 2 touchdowns. Receiver-wise, Smith led Ohio State with 6 receptions, 89 yards, no touchdown, 225-yarder or more. Take a quick look over here on the A&M side. We had Kraber with 6 receptions, 63 yards. Petroma had longest was 39. And there you go. Look at all the fumbles, 3 fumbles. Ohio State there. 2 fumbles came from the receivers. Yeah. And there were 2 fumbles there on A&M. You should be able to see the punt return for a touchdown. There's Concepcion. 66-yarder for a touchdown. Ohio State's interception by Matthews, he got 20. Sanford, he got 0 yards. Yeah, you can see here there is that A&M kickoff starts the game, 51-yard return. And there's your play-by-play. Again, that looks like this will wrap it up here from Cotton Bowl. Ohio State holds off A&M 31-27. Remember that interception late in the game fielded for Ohio State, and A&M was driving, trying to take the lead. So again, that's it here from the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State 31, Texas A&M 27. Take a look at the brackets. Ohio State now moves on to play the winner of Mississippi and Georgia. That'll be our episode 2D. And that's kind of funny. Georgia is the Bulldog, and I just used the dog for D. So, anyway, I think we're going to wrap this up. This was episode 2C, Athens A&M versus Ohio State. This is Gary signing off. Hope you all enjoyed the game. We'll catch you again in the next episode when Mississippi plays Georgia and a SEC game. Good night, everyone.